You said we'd see what the rotation looks like. Clearly, you made some changes. Getting Trace in there obviously worked. What was the thinking, and what did you see from him in this?
Well, we're going to need Loon in the playoffs. There's going to be matchups where we need him. I know I can trust him, but we got to get Trace more minutes to get him ready for the playoffs because he needs reps. He needs more time. You can see what he did tonight. He has an ability to finish and to block shots that gives us a different look. And so we decided to ramp up his minutes and slide Moses kind of into a bigger role as well. And those guys were both fantastic tonight, I thought.
On Trace again, he came in, and after he came in, I mean, obviously the entire energy changed, but how much of it was just the things he was doing and the energy he brought into the paint? Because Giannis was attacking the rim like crazy for a while there.
Well, I mean, Trace is he's so bouncy and he's got long arms. He can really protect the rim and get off the floor quickly. And so, again, it just gives us a different look. Giannis is so hard to guard. So it was good to kind of just change it up on Giannis after, Draymond guarded him for a little bit, Loon as well. And then a little change of pace with Trace with his athleticism and rim protection. So it takes a village to guard that guy, and we needed everybody for sure.
You went 11 deep. Is that something you feel like you're comfortable continuing to do, considering how deep this rotation is, or are you thinking you're going to have to kind of pare it back a little bit?
Yeah, it'll more than likely be 10. It's hard to play 11. I know we've been playing 11, but if we're going to ramp Trace's minutes up, then it's more likely going to be 10, and we'll just try to mix and match. But we feel like we found some combinations. We got we're 3/4 of the way through with the season, so we've got a pretty big sample size of the different combinations out there. And so I think we're in a good spot now where we're able to put together the starting group, which has done a great job here the last month or so, and a second group now that we're fully healthy with a lot of really talented players. And you saw that tonight. The bench was terrific.
Kind of following up on that, how impactful can that bench be? I mean, like you said, it's the first time you've had everybody in a long time. These last 21 games, how important can that be as you jostle for position? Yeah,
it's really huge because we've got a very different look off the bench than our starting group. And, we come in with Chris and Clay. That's a, Hall of Fame backcourt off the bench. That's pretty good luxury. And then, adding Trace to that mix gives Chris a lob threat, and, Moses spaces the floor. BP's another playmaker with that group that started the second and the fourth. And so we liked that lineup quite a bit, and they really came through for us.
37 assists tonight. What would you say keyed the ball and player movement? I
think just unselfish play. I really didn't see any bad shots tonight. I think there were no agendas. It was just, let's go play basketball, move the ball, throw it to the first guy who's open, and put a lot of pressure on the defense that way. So we had the one bad stretch in the third when they really buckled down defensively and went on the run to start the quarter. But all in all, I thought it was a great offensive performance that was really keyed by simple decision making and passing.
Oh, Steve, as a former bench guy, you know that you don't want the coach to forget about you. And now you got all these guys who want to play. Do you ever see that? Guys want to sit closer to you on the bench or kind of catch your eye? Or
nobody wants to sit closer to me on the bench. I can promise you that. No, I'm really so impressed with this group, and I have been all year. I've talked about it. The chemistry, the commitment to each other. The professionalism, guys, staying with it when it's not their turn. I think Loon has set a tone for us for years regarding unselfishness and commitment to the team, and so he's crucial for that. And I think, Chris Paul at the beginning of this season, coming off the bench for the first time ever, was a pretty good, indicator to the rest of the group that, Chris was going to do whatever it takes to win. And so I really like this team. I like the makeup of the roster. We've got, a really good group of vets who are mentoring the young guys, and it's a good balance of players, and they really like each other, and they're starting to click. It's fun.
Not only Looney getting his minutes cut, but Saric looks like out of the rotation, at least tonight. You've said you want to get him going. You've defended him. How hard is it for you to take those two guys essentially out of the rotation? It's
hard. It's always hard to take anybody out of the rotation, but particularly when you're taking a guy out like Loon. You guys all know Loon has been, kind of one of my all-time favorites, just because of the way he handles himself every single day. And Dario's a total pro. He's I think that in the last month he's really struggled. Up until that point, he was having a great year. And, I'm always going to give guys extended chances to get going again. And but we have to do what's best for the team. And we got other guys who are playing well and playing better right now. So it's you just have to make that decision as a coach. But I always believe things come back around. And we'll need Dario, we'll need Loon, and those guys are pros. They'll be ready when they're needed again.
And I think Kuminga had the assignment on Giannis a couple times at least. Did not look like he got overpowered at all. Looked like he played him pretty well. Is it a bit of a gulp when you give him that assignment at any point in the game? And how did you think he did in this?
No, he did a great job. We started him on Brook Lopez and started Draymond on Giannis, but there was some switching, and he ended up on Giannis several times and did a really good job. I just, he had 3 block shots tonight, so he had some help side defense, and I loved the early force, cutting to the rim, getting there in transition. That's what JK does for us. It's so important because it's a different, kind of a different dynamic for our team. Thank you, guys.